This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.
So it's just logical reasoning that I'm putting all this together and just making sense of it. Cause it's like, I see a lot of kids in the world and I really be thinking like, man, is this an informant baby? Like this a fed baby? Like you really just never know. Welcome back to the Altgeld Kingpins Youtube Channel, where we talk about confidential informants. If this is your first time, log into the channel, consider subscribing, liking, share, donating, copy some merch. Everything comes back as information to you guys. And I just want to let you guys know, check out the Mercy Papers, check out the merchandise, check out all the links below. And this is another story time. But this is going to be a different story time. I'm going to still talk about informants, but I'm going to flip it a different way. So I told you guys a while back that I want and I'm going to write a book. And the book going to basically be about a theory. So my theory, I call it fed baby theory. Now, the reason I call it fed baby theory is because of the things that I've seen and the things of putting two and two together, basically, you could say. So I told you guys in the Your Girl Is Not Always Your Girl with the Helen Miller confidential informant, and to kind of bring that back up to tell you guys. So Helen Miller was an informant from Canada. She escaped a drug charge. She's a prostitute. She uses drugs, all the stuff. She's a criminal lady. They used her in the United States against another man, and she pretended to be his girlfriend for 5 months to try to gather information on him. Let's go in deep on that. And this is why I call it fed baby theory. If you guys or gals, whichever way it goes, it's still the same thing. When you start a relationship and you establish a relationship and love and trust with a person, you eventually get to the point where you may have sex with them without a condom, or you may allow them to have sex with you without a condom. When you don't have sex with a condom, there's a chance that you can get pregnant or you can get that person pregnant. Now, if this person is placed into your life as a confidential informant to get information on you to lock you up, when you get them pregnant or get pregnant by them, what happens to that baby? See, they told you about her case where she just played his girlfriend for 5 months. Investigations don't just be 5 months. Investigations can go on for years. So if these investigations is going on for years and this girl is pretending to be your girlfriend this whole time and she gets pregnant, and not only do she get pregnant, she has the baby and you still ain't locked up because you haven't gave her no information, what happens with the baby? This is where the fed baby theory comes in, that because that baby wouldn't have not came upon this earth if it wasn't for the feds sending him or her to those people. So let me get deep into this, and I'm gonna just tell you guys, I love referencing movies for you guys to go and see it for yourself. I'm referencing the movie Smoking Aces with Buddy. The feds end up having one of their people end up going undercover, and he got into the mob, and then he faked like he was the agent that was killed, but the whole time he took over the mob and all this stuff. And he was the head of the mob, and the FBI knew that. And he had a baby, which was Buddy. But Buddy was being an informant on another case. But the feds wanted to get him killed because they wanted his heart. Because the original person that's over the mob, he getting ready to die, but that's his son. So nobody knew that that was really his son or who that person really was. So it was a psychological twist. You got to literally watch the movie. So where I'm going with this is, if they having these babies and these babies are born and they're on the earth, what's going on with these children? Let's really think about that. You're a mother, you're supposed to love your child. You're a father, you're supposed to love your child. But when you understand as a woman that you came into this man's life to try to lock him up, and then you have this child with him, and in the back of your head, you know exactly why you came into his life. You understand why you came into his life. Can you love that child? And the reason why I said it is because, like I said, like if you understand the statistics, like confidential informants is everywhere, but I'm pretty sure they prevalent in the black community. And if you understand anything about what's going on in the world, and you see how these women are not loving their kids, and then they saying the fathers is deadbeats, the dads is just being taken to the court and being ran through the ringer, all this stuff is going on. I personally think that some of these kids and some of these parents and some of these people is fed babies. From the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, up until now. Some of these people on this earth are fed babies. And that's why their parents really came for real, love them like that. Because it's hard to love that child when they know how they had that child. And not only that, when the child is not getting that love, they go and look for love. And when they can't find love, that's when they go to the streets. And then it's the cycle all over again. So now it's easy for the police to get that child as well to become an informant, because if the father ain't in the life and the mother ain't in the life, the child don't know what to do. It's just out there doing anything in the world. So now they 9 times out of 10 gonna go into a life of crime. And now, hey, you got caught this crime. You do this, you ain't gotta do the time, and now you can become an informant. Whole time is a fed baby because their parent was an informant and end up having them because they was trying to set up the other parent. So it's like, this is how deep I have thought into this shit. Like, and it's crazy that when I originally thought it, and I kind of like innuendo to somebody about it, and they thought that like, no, that don't even sound right. That sounds crazy. And it's like, Einstein said it, like, crazy people sound crazy to dumb people. When in reality, logically think about it. If I have sex with this girl and don't use a condom and she's ovulating, can I not get her pregnant? Yes, I can. Now, if that girl is an informant, can she still get pregnant? Yes, she can. If she carried a baby 8-9 months and the baby is born, is that still my baby? Yes, it is. Am I still under investigation because I'm still not in jail? Yes, I am. So can I really establish a real relationship with her when she know in the back of her head she came into the relationship deceitful, lying, being manipulative? How can she really have a real relationship with me when she know that she came to try to get me locked up, to get herself or to get somebody else out of trouble? How is she gonna look at that child knowing that that child is a seed of a deceitful relationship? That's what I'm saying. Like, all of this is not rocket science. It's not metaphysics. It's literally logical reasoning that you literally can really see it. But what happens to these children when they're in society? This is why I say, like, a lot of this stuff in society is linked. This is why a lot of these dudes is probably on child support. This is why a lot of fathers not in their life. This is why a lot of mothers really don't care about their kids. This is why a lot of this stuff is like this, because nobody is really trying to talk about who's doing this informant stuff. That's already hush-hush. And then these people is investigating people for so long, and then you just happen to get pregnant. And a lot of girls,
I'm keeping my baby.
But you know that baby, if you don't understand energy, whatever energy you have when you conceive that child, that goes into that child. So the male energy and the female energy goes into the child, and that child becomes that energy. If you know you had this deceitful, manipulative, and negative energy towards the partner that got you pregnant, this is why I believe a lot of kids go crazy in their head to where they can't really get to know themselves, because it's like,
Wait, should I be doing this or should I be doing this? Why mom and dad didn't work out? Like, why is mom saying this about dad, and why is dad saying this about mom? And
like, the child is still confused, but it's a real life human being that's on earth now. And it all happened because of a federal investigation, maybe a state investigation, DEA, ICE, whatever type of investigation, when they're sending these women. The reason why I'm using women is because I understand how the informants work. Majority of the informants will be women, because they understand that this dude is selling all this stuff and he is all the way up here. He love having sex. He love pretty women. They understand what women he like. They're going to send him women. They're just going to send women to him. So it's easier for them to have a woman as an informant. And then think about women. Women like to have friendships, companionship. So it's easy for a woman to just be pretty and befriend another girl. It's like,
girl, let me take you out.
all that stuff. So that's why I say, like, I'm pretty sure a majority of the informants are women. And plus, y'all understand women is emotional, so they get them in that room with the light, and they tell them they finna take their kids, or they finna have to go do 40 years or whatever. They signing up for it. So it's just logical reasoning that I'm putting all this together and just making sense of it. Cause it's like, I see a lot of kids in the world, and I really be thinking like, man, is this a informant baby? Like, this a fed baby? Like, you really just never know. Like, and the kids is already here. But how would they feel if they found out that they was a fed baby? Like, the feds already running the informants off the books. So if they running them off the books, we don't know who or who is not an informant. So some of this information is classified. Some of it may become public one day. But if you find out that your mama was a confidential informant, and your daddy was somebody that she was trying to get locked up, and then you was a child of that situation, how would you feel about yourself? Or how do you think these children would think finding that out? That's why it's really hush-hush. Because they already understand and know there are actual grown adults my age and probably older, and kids probably just born today, that are fed babies, and they know that. So now they are putting people into society that's in a way kinda maybe not supposed to be here, because those two people wouldn't have just met. That girl was sent to him. If you look at the movie Red Sparrow, she was all the way over here in Moscow. She got sent to wherever the dude was at. She got sent over there. So if she wouldn't have never got sent over there, he wouldn't have never been able to meet her, because he wasn't where she was. So when they send these girls, it's no chance that that dude would have met that girl anywhere else if they wouldn't have sent her there. So it's like, man, like that really opened my mind up to like so many things, and I really started looking at I've been looking at the world different, but I really using the confidential informant, and like I told y'all, stuff that I've been through and all that, like I really started looking at people like, wow, we have so many single mothers, and a lot of them is in the black community. What if they was all for real trying to set their baby daddy up?
Look at this bitch, bro. Look at this bitch, bro. No, she did not just do that. Look at this bitch, bro. It's cold as fuck outside, bro. Look at this bitch, y'all. Oh my fucking God. Look at my daughter, bro. Oh my fuck.
Because I can say this right here, right now. And this is not a story, but it's still a story. For my son's 3rd birthday, when his mother invited all these people to his 3rd birthday, I was the only male there. The only male there. Every girl that was there, damn near, besides my cousin, shout out Cashapp, all they baby daddies was locked up. Baby daddies or husbands, all of them was in jail. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? Like, everybody baby daddy in here literally in jail. Like, this is crazy. I'm the only guy in here, me and my son. I'm like, man, this is wild. So all these single mothers, like, are they actually informants trying to get the baby daddy locked up? And then when you understand the informant game is to basically manipulate your way to get the person to tell you the information that you need to know. What better way than to manipulate a person than with a pawn? Now, if you take away the informant, let's just talk about how most of you guys know, some of your girls know, it might be you, might be your friend, might be your mom, might be your auntie. But y'all know that a lot of girls use the child against the father. They dangle the child in front of the father to get him to do whatever she want him to do.
You're on live. You're on live. Stop. Stop, money. I'm not touching you. I'm not going to jail. Stop. Stop. All your friends will see this shit. Stop, money. It's not that serious. Bro, stop. I'm on live because I'm not going to jail. I didn't choke her on the 6th. That's why I'm on live. I didn't choke her, none of that. Stop. Yo, baby crying, bitch. You know what you doing. Stop. Bro, y'all see this shit. Stop, my nigga. You weird as fuck, bro. OG, you weird. Stop. Yo, baby crying. I'm not for the church. I'm not going to jail, my nigga. Stop. Bro, this the shit I gotta go through. what I gotta go through. Bro, that's her. Like, come on. Please stop your mama, boy. Look.
So now let's bring the informant back into that. If she is an informant and she has his child, you think the FBI ain't gonna say,
yeah, now you really can use the child against him. Do this and do this and do that, and he can't see the child, and do this with the child, and don't care for the child, and he gotta care for the child, and if he touch you, he going to jail.
And it's like they can really play with this child life and play with this man life for the rest of their life because they want to arrest him. And she's in the middle of that the entire time. Like that, like it really sound crazy, but when you really sit and think about this, let's take crazy off the table, and I keep telling y'all, let's really think. Let's think about this. You have seen the rise in the single mother, strong black women. That's what you hear all the time, strong black women. And they're raising these kids by themselves. The daddy could or could not be doing something for the child, but she still gives him the definition and the title of a deadbeat dad. No matter what he do, she can give him that title. It doesn't matter. But is it a ploy in an informant game to try to get into his head psychologically? Get him off his game. Now he gonna make a mistake, and now he end up supposed to put it in the trunk. Instead, he got to ride in the seat next to him, and he get pulled over, and now he going to jail. Like, so it really be so crazy that people don't understand how deep these agencies will go. Like I said, bringing up, shout out to the great Fred Hampton again. This man was can't say a man. He started off as a teenager and became a man, but he was literally with him, spending time with him, doing all this stuff, befriending him, taking him places, teaching him stuff, doing doing all this for this man, just to give them the information for them to kill this man. But before they killed him, they wanted all the information, knowing what's going on, what the movement doing, what they trying to do, where they going, what's next. They want to know all that. So if they want to know all that, and if you don't understand the COINTELPRO, look into that. It shows you how deep they'll go to break up organizations, where they literally want to break up the organization. They put the informants in there to infiltrate and all that. So if they got a woman that has a child by a man that they're trying to bring down, what makes you think that they wouldn't think to use the child against the man, and she's still in on it? That's what I'm saying. That you got to understand the history. If you understand the history, like I told you about all informants, they've been using informants since 1908, since they've been established. And I told y'all everything what the informants be doing. Not everything, but majority of stuff. So if they go to great lengths to bring drugs into the country, to distribute them through their informants to whoever they get the drugs to, and then set those people up, what make you think that they won't make a lady that's pregnant by somebody she's trying to set up have a child and use that child against him? The government already is giving them Section 8, FIP, EBT, they already giving them all this stuff. So what makes you think that they won't give them a job?
We're going to pay for you to go to school so you can get a job, and you're going to get this job so we can guarantee that you'll be able to take care of these kids, even though we know you had the kids because we had you trying to investigate somebody. But, I mean, you got the kids, and we still need you to keep the kids and use them to, fuck with him, but you still got to take care of him, and we can't keep just giving you money because he ain't giving you no information no more. So, here go a job.
Like, this Fed baby shit is serious. When I say serious, I see kids throwing up signs that they don't even know what they throwing up. But I'm knowing what those signs is, and I'm looking like, now who told them to do that? But then I'm knowing their parents and knowing like, yeah, she look like she into that type of stuff. They did he definitely into that stuff. Like, so now the child is into it, all because they want to look like something. When all your organs is in the inside, I take my shirt off, you can't see how my heart look. You can't see how my lungs look. You can't see my kid. You can't see none of that. Everything important is on the inside. The inside. People are dressing up their outer appearance and the inside fucked up rotten. And that's the route that everybody is taking. So it's like you see these kids and they pretty and they handsome and cute and all this stuff, and it's like they dressed up, they looking like they grown, they 5 years old, got purses and halter tops, and they 6 years old and got head cock gang on, no watches and all that. Like, it's cool to give your kids stuff, but when they dressing like they way older than they is, and then when they start acting way older than they is, why you want to check them now? But like I said, the parents, whichever one, whether it be the male or the female, they know what that child is. They know what that child is. Now, I don't know how, I can't, let me try to imagine it. I was just saying, I can't imagine it. Let's say the dude is the informant and he had a baby by a girl. Of course, if you understand the laws in America, the child goes with the mother unless the father can show that she's an unfit mother, and then the courts will try to split custody. But if she's super unfit, then maybe they'll give them full custody. But other than that, as long as she can do anything, do something, they're going to give them to her. That's just how it goes. If you click the link below, when the ex-FBI informant tells all, he tell you how he has a child. But he can't go see his child because every time he comes around his child, the bureau comes around and they start to bother him, telling him like, no, you can't, you ain't supposed to be around her. You can't see that child. You can't. Like, imagine you wondering and you thinking that your daddy is a deadbeat because he never around, and the mother thinking that he ain't never around. He a deadbeat when the whole time you didn't know that he was trying to set your brother up and he was an informant, and y'all hit it off. You got pregnant, you had the baby, and the police is telling him he got to stay away from you. They making him stay away from you. But he's still going to be labeled a deadbeat. But he want to be in his child life. Want to be. But he can't. That's why I said William O'Neal, the informant that ended up telling him information to kill Fred Hampton. What happened? He ended up going and doing him an interview. Right after the interview, he killed himself. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he didn't. I didn't really look into it. The same informant that I'm talking about right here, I forget his name. Some Othal something. Just click the link and he'll tell you his name. He got to look over his shoulder for the rest of his life. Not just for those that he set up, but for those that he did the setting up for. Because now he recorded them to try to show the government that, look at the stuff that they doing. They not supposed to be doing this. And the whole time, like he said in the video, they were investigating themselves. So how they gonna find something wrong with what they doing when they the ones that's doing it? So now he's stuck between two rocks. Because now you got to watch over your shoulder because you messed over these people. And then now you was on these people's side. And now you try to literally show the world what they was doing. And now they don't mess with you. You can't see your child. They come around. They start like, it's like, wow. This is what's really going on. And people wonder why people around here stressed out. They wonder why these kids not getting cared for. They wonder why all this stuff is going on. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm going to say this to say this. A lot of y'all women that became informants, what y'all don't understand, when they got y'all hooked on these Section 8 welfare checks and EB, all that stuff, what's going to happen when they take all that away from y'all? What's going to happen when they take all that away from y'all? Y'all have no money. Y'all have no food stamps. Y'all have no vouchers. Y'all got to literally take care of y'allself. And they don't give y'all no job. So if you don't understand and you guys don't see the end game, not the right now game, I'm talking about the end game. When they cut all those programs, when they say, oh yeah, we got to tighten up the budget. We cutting that. We cutting that. We're going to cut that. Y'all need to just start y'all a business, or y'all need to learn this and learn that. By that time, nobody going to trust each other. Nobody going to like each other. Everybody going to need help. And a lot of people going to be in a real fucked up situation. And just like the book says, the rich get richer and the poor get prison. So the same shit which you was working to escape, you going to end up right back facing it, and you ain't going to escape it this time. It's the ultimate setup. It's the overlay for the underlay. What goes around comes around. So it's like, wow, like really understanding all this stuff and like having these thoughts in my head all day, like when I'm traveling throughout the world and all that. It's like, man, these people is really crazy. Like it's really a lot going on. Like, so y'all really gotta, for real, pay attention to people in your life. Try to love on them, but at the same time, you might not be able to love on everybody because some people might be trying to hurt on you. And it's like, this is the reality of this shit though. So that's all I gotta say for this video. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Donate to the channel. The donation is much appreciated. Copy some Altgeld Kingpins apparel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Start a dialogue. Do you know some fed babies? Are you a fed baby? Do you think you're a fed baby? Shit, I might be a fed baby. I don't know. Could be, can't be. I don't know. But that's all I gotta say for this video. I'll talk to you guys on the next episode.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.